I'm going to be doing the finale of my 22 in 2022. This was a huge failure of a project. However, I am actually quite happy with the progress I have made with these items. I would never have made this progress with these if I hadn't done this project. And it was quite interesting just to see how much progress I can make in a year with different eyeshadows, different items. It was just very fascinating in the end. So overall, I worked on 11 items. 11 items. One which I rolled out in June, July time. I don't have that item on me anymore. I threw it away around that time, so I don't have that to share with you, but it was a little sample perfume. And the rest of these items I have been working on since the beginning of the year, so a full 12 months, 11 months, 10 months for some of these, and I'll go through them individually and show you guys my progress that I have made. So, I should probably also mention, I might sound a bit hoarse or a bit under the weather. I am currently undergoing the lovely virus that is the coronavirus. I caught it at Christmas time and it's just taking me forever to get over it. I've now had it for, I want to say, over a week now, so I did react quite badly to it. I was in bed for like 3 or 4 days, didn't know what was left to right, didn't really know what was happening during those days at all. I just slept a lot, and when I was awake I coughed and had to like force myself to, go and have food and things. I live alone. I had to miss out on family events and had to spend New Year's on my own. So there we go, but Happy New Year. Hope you guys are having a good time. Alright, let's get into my items. So the first item is my Lorac palette. So this has been very popular and it's going to continue being popular this year. So the first item was the 7th eyeshadow in this palette. On the top row, up here. There's not much left of it. I'm super pleased with the progress I made in here. When I first rolled this into this project, there was a dip, I think, but not very much of a dip. You can see those pictures on my Project Pan Instagram, which is down below. I'll pin it so it's one of the first in the grid, so you can see it clear as day. So if I hadn't got sick over the Christmas period, I am 100% certain that I would have probably finished this. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't, but equally I'm very, very impressed. I kind of expected it, knowing how buttery these eyeshadows are and how easy they are to pick up product. I kind of expected that it'd be quite easy to work through, and I had used that eyeshadow 79 times from January up until December. So then next we have got my Urban Decay Wild West palette, and this eyeshadow is called Rustler. It's obviously the only one in this palette that's had any use, and it's this one here. It's very hard to see, isn't it? So I did hit pan on this in December, which was actually my goal. I knew I would not finish this, but I wanted to see how long it would take me to hit pan on an eyeshadow in an Urban Decay palette, because I've never done it before. I've owned them for pretty much my entire makeup wearing life. So it took me, I think, just under 100 uses to reach pan. I have used it a couple of times since I hit pan on it. My spreadsheet says 100, but I think it was like 96 or so when I hit pan. I love this eyeshadow, so I was so happy to have reached that goal. The next item I do not have in my hands, and that is simply because I have lost it. So, well, not lost it, I've misplaced it somewhere. So the next item is my Glossier Mintbalm.com, which is a lip salve from Glossier, obviously. And I have had that thing rooted on my person, or on my desk right next to me, since January until December. And within the last week, I think it had to be an unboxing day. So I took this with me to my parents for Christmas, And then on Boxing Day, we went to my uncle's, and I've either left it at his, it's in my dad's car, or it's somewhere in my flat that I just cannot find, or like my cat's put it somewhere. I just don't know where it's gone. I swear on my life that I put it on my desk when I came home in my unwell state on the 26th, but I cannot find it for the life of me. Anyway, I had done such a good job with this, so at the start of the year it was quite near the top, and I managed to go probably about 3/4 of the way down. I was so happy with the progress. I had used it over 270 times throughout this year, which is quite a lot, you know. That's not like individual uses, like that's just days, I guess, because I don't count every single time I pick out my pocket and use it up. But I can't find it anywhere. It's so frustrating. I have looked through my flat 3 or 4 times now to try and find it over the last couple of days. Once I started sitting down and realising that I'm now well enough to film, I just don't have a clue where it is, and it's infuriating me. So it's unfortunately not on my person, but I'll post a picture of what it was like, I guess, so you guys know what product I'm talking about, and I'll kind of put a marker where I think it was at the end of this update. Yeah, so it's not been great. Alright, next item is from my Revolution Makeup London Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Flawless, and it's the eyeshadow Burgundy Nights. And at the beginning of this year, I don't even think there was a dip, but voila! Now we have got a huge pan. I'm so pleased with this. I can't recall exactly when I hit pan on this. I think it was like, I want to say it was like in June, July, August, or something around that time. It was a while ago, that's for sure, but the pan's been getting steadily bigger, and it's been so like fun to see. This is such a hard pan eyeshadow. I have used this 172 times over the past year, from January until December. Very happy with the result of that. Okay, next up we've got my nail polish. This is my Barry M Spring Green nail polish, and at the beginning of the year I was at the top of this black marker up at the top, and now if I swivel you guys around, I think you can kind of see it. We are now down here, so if we roll down here, like down here, same kind of line as where the end of the writing ends, same sort of line. I am so pleased with how much of this I have used. This is one of my oldest nail polishes in my collection, and I'm really trying to kind of work on my older nail polishes, because I don't really buy any nail polishes apart from Holo Taco these days, and I kind of want to just like get through my older collection so I can bring new ones in. My collection's getting quite big now, and I think it's time to start working on some. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I've been just, yeah, really enjoying wearing this. I'm actually wearing it on these 2 hat fingers today. They were the last 2 to be done, and this is now going back into my drawer of nail polishes to be seen another day. Next we've got my Revolution Ultra Blush palette. Wow, I still can't speak properly. Ultra Blush palette in Hot Spice, and it was the 4th shade in, which is a baked blush, so I did not expect to see any changes. This is what it's looking like now, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, it doesn't really look that much different to what it did in January of last year, but it's very hard to kind of like show. I'm gonna try and show you guys, but it's got like areas where it's kind of it's got like crevices, if that's the right word, where it's got kind of like layers. So I can see in some places, in some angles, it's deeper than other areas. And that's changed over the course of the year. But other than that, I can't really see much of a difference. I've used it 154 times. I think it was towards the end of the year, so I guess there's 180 days is like half a year, isn't it? Give or take. I think towards the back end of the year, I decided I would wear it every single time I wear makeup. So I would always pair it with another blush, and then it was a nice like sheen, it was a nice highlighter shade. It didn't really show up too much on my skin, but there we go. Happy to be not working on that anymore, let's be honest. I am working on another blush in that palette to try and finish it though. I'm just intrigued to see how long it will take me to finish a blush in that, because they seem to take forever. Okay, so the next we've got is this. This is my Cheek Parade palette, and I have got the shade Hula Light, which is the bronzer. So this is a Hula Light. At the beginning of this year, actually I rolled this in February, and at that time this had a tiny pan. It wasn't as big as this. The pan's definitely like, I want to say doubled in size. I definitely thought I was going to finish it this year. What caught me out was the fact that I rolled in a lot of other bronzers in other challenges, and so I can only blame myself really for making this impossible to finish. But I'm very happy with the progress I have made with this, and looking forward to using it more. So the next item is my Sleek Au Naturel palette, and it is the shade Taupe, which at the beginning of this year had no pan in it, and I rolled this in February as well, and now this is where we are at. I am very happy with the progress I have made with this. The inner ring is pretty much completely visible now, and we have indeed hit side pan. So I am very happy with the progress we have made here. I love this eyeshadow, and a part of me is going to be sad not working on it every single day, but also knowing I've got this rolled into my project pan at the moment, part of me is just kind of thinking, maybe I will sneak over and use this every single time I use that. You know, just because I like that eyeshadow so much. Yeah, I do really rate the Sleek palettes. Then next we've got a lip product. I rolled this in March. This is my Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colour by Rimmel, and this is not yet finished. I have said before, I don't have any weighing scales that can weigh this sort of thing. But at the beginning of the year, this was completely covered. It was much more fuller for sure. There was no chance of a window appearing. However, now if I roll it over, there is now a complete window showing inside the product. So I'm actually really happy again with the progress I've made with this. I tried to reach for this pretty much every single time I wore makeup. So 126 times. I mean, I did have to work on some other lip products at some point because I had other challenges going on. But the majority of the time I really tried to focus on and use this when and where I could. Again, I'm very happy to put this back into my drawer of lip products that will never see the light of day for years because I've got so many of them and I'm only one person. The next item on my spreadsheet is actually the perfume that I rolled out in July time. I don't have it with me anymore. I did throw it away at the time. I used it 25 times. It was like a little sample perfume and I rolled it out then, and to replace it in July time I did roll in this. This is my Bumble and Bumble Hairdressers Invisible Oil. I didn't really reach this very much because, to be honest with you, I'm on a hair journey at the moment and I've been using different hair oils, and because of that I just wasn't reaching for this because I was reaching for them instead. This is very, very old. Part of me is wondering whether I should just pull this out and throw it away, but yeah, I only used it 10 times in the last like 6 months, so. And that, my friends, is the finale of my 22 in 2022. I am not doing a 23 in 2023. If I did do it, it would probably just be like 23 uses on 23 items. That would probably be more useful. Oh, hello, thank you. Cheers. Have a good day. So yes, I won't be doing a 23 in 2023. I have decided that it is just not worth it. I know from the results of this project that I'm not going to be able to finish items. I don't think I'm far enough along in my journey of using up my items to do that, but maybe in the future I will look into it. Maybe. I'm very happy to have this project gone and finished. I kind of wanted to hang my boots up on this in July, and I was like, no, I'm going to force myself to continue doing this project until the very end. And we got here. At the end of the day, I'm very happy and pleased to see the progress that it takes and how long it takes me to get to certain positions in items. Of course, I have been working on like several other challenges this year. I think I probably would have made 100% more progress if I was just solely working on this project alone, but I did kind of work on other projects. I had like my project plan going on, my A to Z project plan, all my other projects that I've got going on in the background, and that definitely affected it, but overall very, very happy with where we're at, and that's that. I don't know as of yet if I'm going to do a new project to replace this yet, or if I'm just going to be one less project down. I am kind of wondering whether I just stick with what I've got, but if I see a challenge that interests me, maybe I will do that instead. But we shall see. We shall see what this year has for us. I am gonna go. I need to have a drink. Actually, my water's just here, to be honest. Alright, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully next week, not my next video, but next week, hopefully I'll be much better and not feeling like I'm going to cough every 2 seconds like I am today. Next video, I'm filming on the same day I'm filming this, so just be aware that it's going to look exactly the same as this video. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.